The Leap Foundation proudly presents the Meet the Mentor podcast with New York Times best-selling author, motivational speaker, and celebrity dentist, Dr. Bill Dorfman.
Dr. Bill Dorfman here, and I am super excited to do this Meet the Mentor from my home. First one, you guys have been amazing. You know, there have been very few real silver linings with COVID, and the one that I cherish most is typically at Leap, we get about 400 to 450 students. This year, because we did it virtually, we had over 1,000 students participate in the program. And we have a whole new agenda. From now on, Leap will have 2 programs running concurrently. We will have the live program, and it's going to be next year, starting July 18th to the 24th at UCLA, barring no pandemic. And we'll have the virtual program running at the same time. And I think we will have over 10,000 students attending Leap. So I'm super excited about it. If you want more information for Leap 2021, go to www.leapfoundation.com. You can sign up now, reserve your spot. In the event that it needs to go virtual, we'll transfer that right over to the virtual fee, so you won't pay the full fee, but it will be epic. This last year, we had Jason Alexander. We had Paula Abdul. We had the founder of the Dollar Shave Club. We had Taylor Perez, who stars in the new Netflix hit, The Kissing Booth. Well, I mean, we had tons and tons and tons of amazing people. Next year, we're going to have our guest who's speaking right now, Megan, and I'll tell you a little bit about her. But for those of you who missed Leap this year, you can still see parts of it online. And the reason we do this Meet the Mentor is to kind of prepare you for Leap. Leap is the most unique motivational leadership program in the world. I mean, think about it. Where else can a kid come to a program and listen to Mark Wahlberg, Anthony Hopkins, Eva Longoria, Kathy Bates, Paula Abdul, Jason Alexander, Michael Strahan, Usher, and on and on and on? Nowhere. There's no program in the world that introduces people to this. Leap is for students 15 to 25, and we teach these kids the skills that they need to be successful in life. And I'm going to throw out little Leap things here and there as we do the interview, but one of the highlights every year of Leap is the mentor workshop. What happens in the mentor workshop? We bring in 100 different professionals from all walks of life, and you sit at a table with these mentors, and they're doctors and lawyers and firefighters and actors and actresses and screenwriters and you name it. And you get to literally ask them questions about their career. You know, the things that help them succeed, the things that were challenges to them and whatnot. We rotate every 30 minutes. And a lot of the students who come to the program end up actually staying close to these mentors throughout their career and their lives. It's pretty magical. So as a precursor to Leap, I like to bring in different mentors and different people in different industries to talk about, you know, what they're doing and basically teach you guys how to do that. Today, I'm going to introduce you to one of, if not, the most amazing women I have ever met. Her resume goes on and on and on. So I had to literally condense it. But not only is it long, it's so eclectic. I mean, wait until you listen to what Megan Pormer has done. As an international model, actress, brand ambassador, philanthropist, and doctor of biomedical engineering, Megan brings authenticity and glamour to the term Renaissance woman, which she is. With millions of followers on social media, Megan has a loyal, targeted global fan base, and she has walked in New York Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week, Dubai Fashion Week, and the LA Fashion Week here right in LA. She's also graced the covers of magazines around the world, including Vogue, Elle, Women's Health, Cosmo, Harper's Bazaar, just to name a few. It is with great pleasure that I introduce you to my friend Megan. And you guys, tomorrow morning, well, this is actually going to be a few weeks ago because when this comes out, but I am going to be, so look on my Instagram for updates, but I'm going to be on the premiere of Megan's new show. And without further ado, I'd love to introduce you to my friend Megan. Megan, how are you?
Bill, thank you so much for having me on your incredible podcast. It's an honor. And thank you so much for the introduction. Like I'm so flattered that someone like you that I've always looked up to would talk about me like that. Honestly, I feel like mission accomplished. You know, if you talk about me the way you just did, I've got nothing to worry about. You were a pioneer in bridging the gap between the medical industry and Hollywood. And since day one, when I moved to LA, you were one of the people that was like, if I show you my list, my manifestation list, you were on it because you were one of those people that I was looking up to. Yes, because I was trying to.
Crazy.
Yes,
That's
you
crazy.
were on it.
You have done so much, and I'm so proud of you. I mean, your show is going to be phenomenal. You're a great personality. I mean, how many women in this world can say that they've had the experience in so many different fields as you? I mean, you're a doctor, you're a model, you're a philanthropist. Yeah, I mean, on and on and on, and a TV personality. You know, this is one of the things I wanted to ask you. Not only are you a model, an actress, a talk show host, you're also a scientist with a PhD in biomedical engineering. How have you broken the norms in these industries? And what would you say, not only just to women who think they can't do it, to anybody who thinks they can't do it? You know, we put ourselves in these little boxes. Obviously, you don't. Tell me about it.
So I started my career as a scientist because that's what my family wanted me to do, and they didn't want me to be in Hollywood. But I always wanted to be in Hollywood, and I was the UN ambassador for children's rights since I was 5 years old. So I wanted to be in the limelight. I was trying to understand why there is a gap between being a scientist and being in the limelight. And it was always bothering me that if there is the newest fashion trend or makeup trend, or when it comes to movies, everyone's in the know because it's all over the news. But if it's the newest discovery about cancer treatment or any treatment that has to do with your health, nobody knows about it because there's not much publicity around medical breakthroughs. You know, like it's not in the mainstream media enough for everybody to be aware of it. So I was working on DNA testing for cancer predisposition. And nobody knew about it. It wasn't something that many people knew about it until Angelina Jolie took the test. And when it went viral, that there is a DNA test that can determine whether or not you are predisposed to hereditary breast and ovarian cancer. That showed me the power of Hollywood. And I decided that without changing myself, I'm going to carve a new way of being in the limelight by utilizing my education and my background. So I approached the industry with my background by commercializing DNA testing, and I was looking up to you, and you were on my manifestation list because I saw what you'd done in the Extreme Makeover, which was basically commercializing medical treatments and showing people all the effects of the mental and the emotional effects of what a medical transformation can do to a person. And from there, I started getting on TV shows. Little by little, it changed into fashion. I got offers to be on the cover of Women's Health magazine, Cosmopolitan. Then I was the former Miss Dubai, so I started getting offers to be in movies in the Middle East. And before you knew it, I started my own talk show on Fox, which will air this Saturday. And you are going to be one of my most amazing guests for my premiere.
Oh, that's so sweet. You know, before we talk about the talk show, because it's epic, I love how you did that. You know, there were so many people out there who want to be famous just to be famous. You know, they want to be influencer. Like, for what? To me, the only real power in having a media presence is really to change the world for the better. You know, I mean, why do I do Instagram? I don't do Instagram because I want to be famous. I do Instagram because I want to educate people. I want to show people things that we can do in cosmetic dentistry and health and fitness with Leap. And you do the same thing. And I love that. And I love that that's the premise of your show. So tell us how that all happened. I mean, you're going to have an actual TV show on Fox, Channel 13 in LA tomorrow. Like, how the heck did that happen?
So when I was in the Middle East, I was inviting a lot of influencers from America to come to Dubai and publicizing what they do. I then saw that there is, again, a gap between the digital market and the old traditional Hollywood market, because the Hollywood, like the way it works is like the movies are made in the studios, and they're like, you know, the producers and directors are working in a certain way, and these digital influencers, they're also carving their own path of making money online. But nobody has merged them together. So I pitched this idea to different TV networks to give a platform to YouTubers and influencers so we can bring families back together. What do I mean by that? Right now, there is a separation between families, which means children, they want to watch their favorite YouTubers and influencers on their iPads, on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram, while parents are still watching television. So how can we bring the parents and children back together? By mixing what the children like and what the parents like and putting it in one pot. And that's what the show is about. The show is about giving a voice to the unheard. Now, whether that person is an influencer or a celebrity or a doctor or somebody who's trying to carve their own path. I have 3 different segments in each episode, which means I want to give everything to everyone. Which, if it's a YouTuber, it's for the kids. If it's a doctor, it's for the parents. And if it's an entrepreneur, it's for people that are trying to start their own businesses. So I want the show to bring all the hearts back together so we have that unity, because I'm all about oneness. And this show is here to create that oneness.
I love it. And I'm going to tell you something. If there is any part of this that I can help you with in any capacity, please don't be bashful. Just ask me. I'll do it. If there's
I really need your mentorship. You've done this. You've done this before anyone else.
I'm there. Look, you have my number. You can call me 24/7. And if there's ever any segments that you would like a male co-host to sit by you and do with you, I would be down for that. I co-hosted on The Doctors for years. I shot my own TV show, or we did 6 episodes. I mean, I love doing it. It's fun. For me, it's really fun to educate people and just help them realize things that they would never realize. I mean, that's what Leap about. Leap is about giving kids the skills that they need to be successful in life. And it works. You know, so anything that I can do to help, ask me. Tell me, for you, what's the most rewarding part of what you're doing?
When people like you tell me that I was able to make them happy. When I like my biggest, honestly, I'm going to be very honest with you, as excited as I am, I'm very nervous about tomorrow, because I put my heart and my soul into the show. And I want that. I want people to feel that love, especially during this time. We're all struggling with feeling loved. We're all feeling isolated, and we need to feel that unity. And all I'm about energetically is to make people feel that we're all unified. So the most rewarding thing in the world is for people to watch the show tomorrow and tell me that they did feel the love I was trying to send them. And they did feel like the show is all about making you understand that there's nothing you can't do. If you want to be a YouTuber and make money online, if you want to be a doctor, but you also want to be in the limelight, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you're a basketball player with one arm, like tomorrow, one of my amazing guests is a professional basketball player who was born with one arm only. It's all about pushing the boundaries. And if the show can make one person push the boundaries and to go do something that they thought they can't, mission accomplished.
You know, I love that. And, you know, one of the core principles of LEAP is copy genius, you know, and, you know, if you sit back and you look at what successful talk show hosts like Oprah and, you know, and Phil Donahue, and I mean, all these, you know, successful talk show, and Ellen, I mean, all of them, you know, that's what they did, is they shared this love with their audiences. And, you know, and just from the short time that we spent together, that emanated from you so forcefully. I know you're going to be successful. I'll tell you how much I know. Deborah Messing is a good friend of mine. She invited me to the premiere of Will and Grace. And after I watched the first episode, the very first one that they filmed, she came up to me. She goes, Doc, honestly, what do you think? I said, are you kidding? It's a hit. So I'm going to tell you, are you kidding? You will be a hit. You know, there's so much bad out there right now. People need to see and feel the love that you're going to send. And I think that, you know, having an intelligent, positive role model, especially for women, is so important, because I'm going to be honest with you, some of these influencers, like I have 3 daughters, I don't want them following. Like, I don't want them looking at these young girls as influencers, because they're influencing the wrong stuff. You're influencing the right stuff. And I love it. And I seriously, anything I can do to help you.
Thank you so much. This means the world. You just made my life.
No, I'm serious. I'm so serious. So, okay, so the talk show's happening. I'm knowing you. I'm sure there's like bigger and better things in the wings. What else? Like, what else is coming up?
So I started a media company called Cleopatra Entertainment. The reason I named it Cleopatra is because I see every American, like, let's start from here. Every American woman can be Cleopatra, which means they can have a kingdom and they can rule it. My goal is to take the show and give a voice to the unheard. And from there, I want to create an all-female club and create Cleopatras, where women talk about what's good for the world and help others digitally. So other people, we can heal everybody. My goal is to create a club of women that not only are healed themselves, and they can influence others to heal. And we can all back each other and push each other to do better and better and create our own kingdoms.
That's so awesome. So your career is this spectrum. I mean, you've got like beauty and Hollywood and entertainment on one side. On the other side, you have science and biology. Like, what came first? And how do you continue to blend the two?
They both came at the same time. My passion for science came at an early age, where I was trying to invent a pill that would treat all diseases. And my passion for Hollywood came when I became the spokesperson for children's rights for the UN when I was only 5. And it was all about making sure I maintain both. So now, the best way for me, and it keeps me balanced, because health is the most important thing in the world. And Hollywood is the biggest platform, biggest microphone for me to publicize anything in the world. And what's better to publicize than what can help you with your health? So the best way for me to balance it out is by putting the spotlight on all the companies that are having big breakthroughs when it comes to different medical treatments, whether it's mental health or physical health, so people can benefit from it. So forever and forever, I'm going to make sure that I maintain both, paths at the same time.
That's amazing. You know, I didn't realize the power of that until I was, selected to be on ABC's show Extreme Makeover. It was phenomenal, because typically, let's face it, dentistry doesn't get a very positive feel in media. Little Shop of Horrors, Marathon, it was horrible. ABC was the first time, and this was on primetime TV, not like a daytime deal, where
Yes.
dentistry was really highlighted in a really positive light. And I was kind of the conduit. I got to do that because normally I transform a smile and it's with me and the patient or maybe their partner or whatever, but it's not global. When we started doing that and people could see the transition, I mean, I had people that never smiled before. It just changed their life immediately. And using Hollywood and the media to give people the power and empower them to say, hey, it's okay for me to go and, change my smile was huge. And, there are so many things happening in medicine now that to use that platform like that, it's unbelievable. Before I end and give a big pitch for your show, the one thing I want to ask you is, what's the one thing about you that people don't know that you think would really surprise them?
I'm very sensitive and very, very emotional, and I love people. I'm at my happiest when I'm with people. There is no moments in my life when I don't want to be with people. Never. I have this crazy love for being with people and feeling that we're all one.
I bet that's beautiful, and I bet that makes this whole COVID thing even harder.
Yeah.
Because I feel the same thing. I hate this isolation. I hate it.
Why do you think I started a talk show? Because that was my only way that I could be with millions and millions of people.
All right. Well, I love it. I'm there for you. And I'm going to tell the audience something that they don't know about you that I do. She can probably nail like 5 push-ups.
Bill, that was just between us.
No, it was on camera. They're going to see it in the show.
I know, but I was trying to act as this macho, like strong girl.
All right. So listen, you guys, the Megan Pormer show is on KCOP Channel 13 at 8:30 every Saturday morning. By the time this podcast comes out, mine will already be on, and they'll probably have it on YouTube so you can watch the episode. But tune in and listen to it. Megan, I wish you all the success in the world. And from anything I can do to help you, from the bottom of my heart, I'm there for you.
Bill, I love you so much. You're going to receive a lot of calls from me, and you're going to be my co-host on the show.
All right. Thank you. Hey, Dr. Bill, over and out.
To learn more about the Leap Foundation, go to leapfoundation.com or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/The Leap Foundation, on Instagram at Leap Foundation, and on Twitter at Leap Los Angeles.